Let's make a 1/6 scale restoration hardware inspired sectional coming up after this. Okay, I believe in using what you have to spark creativity, and sometimes you can. And I love all natural things. And I mean, before I even knew what restoration hardware was, that was the aesthetic, my dream aesthetic. And when I discovered them, when I saw their furniture, I don't like all of their stuff, of course, but some of their stuff looks like the right balance of antique and industrial, and that's just completely my vibe. And I mean, this isn't copying or based on any specific piece of furniture, but I think putting it all together, it looks like it. Now, how this came to be was, when I find things like this, I wish I could remember where I got these blocks from. I'm thinking IKEA, but I don't know if they would still make them, or if they still have them, or if it's actually where I bought them. Maybe I thrifted this block collection, but it was just this simple, rustic set of blocks that I thought was so cool, and I picked them up somewhere in the past, I don't know, 5-10 years. And I had them laying around. I didn't really do anything with them. I had them in a box. And I was playing around with them, and I was thinking, well, what if I could make just a sofa like this? And I just set them up, and I strategically placed them in a way that I would want to. But and I love things that switch up and are functional, and like I can transform them. I love transformable things into different things. So I wanted to keep the blocks the same, and I knew that I could use these blocks in different ways in dioramas, and just make it look industrial, or just stack them and use them as a place for dolls to sit, and they could just look cool in any way. However, when I started putting cushions on them, I'm getting like things are falling over and squeezing, and it would just be so hard to like keep everything intact. And I'm super clumsy anyway, and things are going to fall over. So I thought I have to glue them together. And then it's been a few years. It's been many years since I was glued wood together. I don't remember how long it takes. I mean, I should have done a little YouTube video and seeing exactly. I'm thinking 24 hours that you need. So I don't know how long this video is going to take me to make, but it's going to be easy. I don't know if I'm going to divide this into different parts. These pillows, these are also a happy accident for me. I find these at the Dollarama in Canada, and I love them. I mean, this again, it's that antique, all natural, industrial feel. I even love the little ropes hanging off the sides of these pillows. I think it looks so good. It's kind of nautical. It's my vibe. It's my aesthetic. Now, see, I can't even fit. Normally, I would be able to squish all of these cushions into place, but yeah, because it's not glued down, I got to glue it down. So that was the decision that I came to, that I was going to make the. Look at all of the different patterns of these things that I have. Like, so I can switch it up if I want to. I just found new ones. I didn't know why I was buying them, but I realized. And then look, you have smaller versions. Each set comes with different sizes. So then I can have like, where's the tiny ones? Oh yeah, I can have tiny little accent pillows from these. I do plan on putting a cushion down here and a cushion up there too. I just can't do it right now because it's all gonna fall apart because I just have it, balanced. But it's gonna look all cozy and comfortable. We even have the footrest that I'd probably, outfit with special cushions too. And then in an upcoming video, I have the coffee table / I don't know, I invented this piece of furniture. It's not really a chair, it's not really a daybed, it's a coffee table. I have been working in these pot holders that I have I love to make them. I have no reason to make them, but I turned one into a futon mattress kind of thing. I'm loving it. I'm going to make pillows out of these in upcoming videos. I am going to make this. This was a prototype. We're going to make another one of them. We're going to push them together so we can make beds and futons and other coffee tables. I am thinking, though, that this could be low. Did I say this already? And I might want to put flags on it just to raise it up, but I do want to glue the arms on first so that they're in place, but I might put little square feet at the bottom of each of these. Now, what we're going to do, a lot of preamble to this, I'm going to make them into parts. So I am going to make this section like this, and the thing here is that the main lesson out of this video is use what you have, be creative with the things you had. I had these bags already laying around. I love them. They were something that I bought because I love them. I had these blocks already because they were something that when I saw them, they meant a lot to me. And just by playing around with it, what you have, using your limitations to breed creativity, you really can make something great. So all I did was I put the blocks together in a way that I thought would make a good shape, and I tried like different versions. Like I had like this side going out here. I had a little lip coming off the side. I thought that might work. I might want to do that, but I thought that looked too modern for me. I think that the feet thing is going to be the best option. And then I thought about not having an arm, having an arm, and then I like how the arm comes back just a little bit, so that there's a little gap there, and I'm not even minding how the different woods are matching up. I'm gonna do it randomly. I'm not gonna choose blocks that look good together. I think this patchworky wood thing is working the best for me. And so yeah, so this is the configuration. Like I tried a low back like this, which could also be really cool. Again, that might be a little more modern than what I want. This. And yeah, I mean, I like that too. Maybe down the road I'll make a sofa that does do like a deeper sofa like this. The armrest goes back just a little bit. That's kind of cool and cute too, but I want that extra support for the big pillow. And the armrest is probably going to be hidden by a pillow itself. So I'm thinking I can move this forward like so. When I put the pillows on, when we get to that part, that's probably going to be in the next video. I'll probably add the feet, but I think that is the configuration for the pillows. So this is one unit we're making, and then I'm going to make this separate unit. So it is still going to be transformable, and I'm going to have this nice chair like so, and then I probably won't glue this one all together, but I could. That could be an option to make this all one day bed. But I think I'll keep this square separate, so then I have this coffee table kind of option. I can also, for smaller rooms, I'll be able to take out this middle section and push these two together. And look, there's a little coffee table. It's going to still be really cool and transformable. Look, there's going to be like a side chair if we want. And then I can make extra pieces. I do have more of these blocks. I could turn this. I could build a whole other one of these and make a chair to go with the set. This is cumbersome, heavy furniture, though, I have to say. But look how, I mean, I am so easy and impressed how everything is fitting together, and it would just be such a cool. I'm not going to be able to squeeze a pillow in here very easily, though, right now, because they're not glued together. But come on, I mean, with my walls, this is perfection for me. So we're going to make a few pieces. So for now, let's see what's going on here. I am going to take you through the steps of this. And what I'm going to do, and what I have done, I guess, I'm going to put there's rough edges, so I'm going to start by putting those together, even though there's some parts that aren't going to be rough. And I'm going to stack this one and this one. And the reason why I'm making this video today is because my clamps came. So I'm going to glue those two together, these 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 two, and that's going to be my first step. And then I'm going to glue them all together into one clamp. Yeah, these clamps came today. I'm so happy that I found these. They were on super sale. They are now $60, and I've bought some clamps before that broke. I bought them from the dollar store. That was my problem. These are, I think, $60 clamps. I got them for $25, I think, so I was very happy to find that sale. Irwin's a good company. I think it's going to work, and I got big ones, and I got a set of 4, so I can probably do more gluing than I want to right now, but they're also brand new and they're a bit greasy, so I have to be careful not to stain things, because there's some black stuff coming off on my hands and stuff while using them. But let's get these glued together. Do I have? Oh yeah, and I am using Gorilla Glue right now, because I think you can use school glue. It's been a long time since I've professionally glued wood together, so I'm kind of scared. I'm gluing the rough sides together for starters, and I am using wood glue. And am I going to use my teeth on that? No, because I don't want to make any mistakes. But I don't know. There might be some mistakes here, because this is my first time. Do I spread this out with my finger? I'm not exactly prepared. I don't have a damp cloth with me, which is always good to have when you're woodworking. I did put down the cutting boards just in case. I mean, I want to use a lot of glue. A lot of glue squishes out, so let's just do this. This is a lot of gluing at once, and then the aligning, that's going to be a hard part, so I better do this really, really quickly. So this is the first step, gluing making these double the thickness. So that is what we have to do. Was that too much glue? That was probably too much glue. Let's go. That was too much glue, but we can give that to the next friend. Let's do this. Oh, I don't want to. These are my floors too. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to do that. Take a rough side, match this up. I want to use a lot of glue, but I also don't want to use too much glue. Okay, this side, this is good. Give that to a friend. Take this one, rub that together. It's the straightening these and make sure that they're all going to be flat when I'm clamping them. I'm going to clamp them all together. That's why I was going to do a prototype and just do one, but then I thought, hey, I can do so many more steps at the same time if I just do them all now and make the video more broken up. And I think it's probably better to do a DIY video where you show every step and actually do the steps. Even though I prefer to make a prototype and then tell you afterwards how I did it, because it's faster. But I guess this is the real way. I do watch these and I find them very, very soothing. And so this kind of did just turn into an ASMR kind of video. Even though, could I shut up and just play some music? No. I don't like committing to soundtracks. Like, I wrote some songs for my channels, I made some songs on my computer, and they're what I use, but I think it gets kind of repetitive, so I have been not doing that so much recently. Try to not put on the background music. Also, those people interested in a more ASMR experience, they will also like these videos. I think that they tend to not like the sound of music in the background. Look at me talking the whole time while I do this. I think I put too much glue on there. Some of them I did. I think we have to do this fast because the glue is going to dry. But the sad part is I don't get my sofa tonight, which I was hoping, I want it fast. But I guess patience is a virtue. And once we get through all of these steps, it'll be worth it. And I'll be really happy to have the finished product. I know that most of this glue is going to be squished out of the side, so I'm going to definitely have to get a wet cloth. These blocks that I have, 1, 2, 3 smooth sides and 1, 2, 3 rough sides. And I think I remember from my high school woodworking classes that the non-shiny sides, even though I think they're just planed a little better, they're not varnished or anything, I think they stick better together, the rough sides. And that kind of makes sense to me. Like, you know how Velcro works? But maybe I should be sticking a smooth side to a shiny side. But I don't know. I'm still not sure about the feet. I am pretty sure about the feet. I think I have decided that. Now, I guess I'm going to have to wipe off my cutting board here. And I also should probably turn it around. I should probably push things out of the way, not to make a mess. And I should probably turn this way. And I should really have a damp cloth standing by. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm already getting glue all over this stuff. And this, and you should put down paper and stuff. But, I mean, cutting boards are kind of a work surface, even though I want these as my floors. However, like I said, I'm a very rustic person, so a little bit of glue and spillage on my floors, they're already sticking together. Okay, so that. Oh, yeah. I'm getting more. Oh, this one. Oh, no. I guess those ones were at the bottom. That is why I need to make them as flush and flat on all levels as possible. So that's what I'm doing. I guess I should have set them like this the whole time. And then, oh man, my finger. Where's that rag at least? My oily rag. I got 4 of these in a pack. It was so great. And I was very happy to find them because I've been looking for clamps. would prefer an old-fashioned style of clamp, but this will have to do. You know what? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. This is kind of greasy, but maybe I do want to use the straight bar on the clamp as a guide. And so I'm going to put these all in and not make it too tight right now. It's just tight enough. Double check everything. Make sure that I have everything aligned nicely because they have to be aligned for when they get butted up against each other. Doing this for the first time ever is probably not in my best interest. But I really only have to be concerned about the glued ones being straight. But I think if everything's straight, then and I should be wiping this right now with a wet cloth, but I'll have to do that in a second. And I see that some corners aren't touching, but I guess that's okay. I'm going to give this another nice press. I am going to grab the other clamp that I have. That's not straight across. Oh, I don't know if that's probably detrimental that I just opened that. My OCD wants to make sure it's straight down the center here, because that way you can be sure that it's clamping all flat and straight. Okay, let's press that tight again, not too tight, before I get the other clamp on. Here we go. Still learning how to use these things. Better wipe this off because the other ones were greasy that I tested out. They came in a case of 4. Did I say that already? Do that. And I guess I have to just accept this. But I guess everything is straight enough. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm worried about the glue not drying right now. I think it might be bowing because this clamp is pointing. It's pulling in this direction. So I think I'm going to switch that clamp around. I guess I can just wipe this off carefully with this. I gotta go get some damp cloth, put this down flat, and then I am going to actually unloosen this and put it this way. Put it near the edge. Should probably move the other one near the edge too. And I don't have to protect the wood because these have nice pads on them. That is a bonus. Okay, I think everything's straight enough and this is tight enough. I gotta go get a wet cloth to wipe off the extra here now. I decided to use a different rag that didn't have the black grease all over it. I think I want to take the glue, the glue off of here first, because these are the most important. Oh my goodness, it's already dry. We can't exactly sand these floors down. Put down protection surfaces. Like I said, for me, it's not the end of the world because I am a rustic industrial fan. So scrapes and scuffs and rudimentary just adds to the character for me. Okay, so it's nice and tight. I'm just gonna wipe off the excess. And I can sand the stuff down. You should wipe off the excess glue immediately. I did wait. I'm surprised at how fast this is drying, which is good and bad. I can sand that down just a little bit, though, afterwards, and maybe that is what I'll have to do. And I set this stuff up so you can see so clearly what I'm doing with my new lower camera angle, and then I hide behind a wall. Yeah, some of this glue is already super dried on there. Uh-oh, that's moving. That means I didn't tighten that. I guess I was waiting to. Wanted to move it closer to the edge, and so I could wipe off the excess. I hope I made these all flush enough. I do notice that there are some gaps between some pieces. I guess the wood bows in separate directions. Maybe I should have done them all in the same direction with them one rough edge against one smooth edge, but I think we're going to be fine. Okay, so this is step 1. I'll let this dry 24 hours or I'll check my instructions on the glue right now, and we'll continue on to step 2. So the glue directions say let it dry or clamp it for 20 to 30 minutes and then let it dry for 24 hours. So this has only been a couple hours. This isn't the next day. I am just, we're going to move ahead, but I will not clamp it. I won't glue any wood this way. I won't put any pressure this way because I think that would separate these blocks if I did that. So I'm just going to I'm going to just do the steps that I can in this direction, and that would be putting a back on these. Oh, look what that did. That left marks, but I guess I can put that as the underside of the sofa. Not that I won't be putting. Okay, so these seem to be okay. Oh, I am worried. There's a gap because they weren't perfect, but I guess I'll just have to experiment with the shapes and see where there's less of a gap between when I'm joining them this way. But again, I'm not going to put any pressure on this direction because that could break apart those things. But it looks like all of these blocks, whoops, did I glue? Oh no, well that was weird. I guess the glue works really well. That scared me. But I will glue the backs on to 3 of these. That is something that I can do. So I guess I have to plan, fit which ones together the best that I can. And we know that is the set. And let me get the backs and put them on 3 after I figure out if these all look like they can join together nicely. So since this is how the backs are going on, and it's going on in the same pressure direction, I will attach these to the back, and I guess I'll clamp 2 of them. I do have enough clamps, but I think I will clamp 2 together, even though that seems to have not been the best idea, but I did it for speed. Some of my joins aren't perfect. Will I sand those down, or will I know that I'll get enough join on it that it won't really matter. Maybe I'll accept the cracks. I can also kind of switch them and find the blocks that overlap in the opposite direction and line them up so that they end up fitting together. But it probably would have been best if I clamp in this direction and then this direction all in one chair at the same time. But I think this is going to work. I hope this is going to work like this. Of course it's going to work. But can I get these pieces flat enough, and will the pressure be okay? How much angle do I need on that? Oh, and I also know that these are staining, so I might want to put something on there. Where's an example of that? I guess if I can't find an example, maybe it'll wipe off. I guess they might have been greasy. Do I need to be careful? Here's that would be the other block on the other end. Should I worry about that? I'm not going to worry about it, because putting in a little protective piece is only going to make it slip a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the glue and put it, these aren't joined here, I'm going to take the bead of glue, run that right across here. I guess I'm not even going to do anything with my finger because I know that was excess. I'm going to do this on this side, and maybe I won't put so much. I'll try not to put so much. I know that that's going to ooze out to all of the sides, so why bother spreading it? And then I'm going to make sure it's flat. And you'd think I would have also learned to put down some protective something. I'll use the big ones because if they could have the stuff worn off them. So my set came with 2 sizes, which is great. Okay. And I'm not even using it right now. No, it's not going straight. And now it's too heavy. I better do 2 too at the same time. Squeeze. I'm trying to do it fast because I made such a mess with the glue the first time. Guess I could stain. They look like grease stains that are on them. Okay, I definitely tighten that too tight. And I definitely tighten this too tight. So I just want to make it a little tight and just a little tight until I get the blocks. And I should have done this in the opposite direction for you. So it's not good. This is why filming stuff is hard. So that I'm going to make this as flush as possible and this as flush as possible in all directions. And then I have my wet cloth this time by, but I still don't know if I have this actually flush. Okay. Now I'm feeling it. That's good. And now I'm feeling this one. Flushing it over with my fingers. Getting at least flat with my fingers. Here we go. I can feel it. I know that it's shifting a little bit in between here where it's not glued, but I want to make sure that it's flat along here though, because the 2 chairs have to nest together. So I don't want that where you have to put an arm on there. And I think I have it. So I'm going to straighten this one and tighten. And take this one and tighten. And I know that that's going to stain, unfortunately. I'll take my wet cloth and wipe off this excess. It's a lot flatter than putting the 2 bigger, flat pieces together. This time, you can see that these ones in the middle, they might not be as level as, but I did a really good job leveling these pieces together. And maybe it's because there's not so many pieces to slip. Like on this side, I think you can really see that. You got to remember that's not glued on this line, but it is glued on these lines. There's a really big gap here. But I think that the scale is small enough, and again, rudimentary, that's what I like. So I'm going to give it an extra press to make sure it's nice and tight. I'll wipe off the glue here, and on the side especially, because that's where the arms might go on 2 of the pieces. So just do a little glue cleanup. We're not done though. Still have a third to do, right? So I'll use the single clamps. So that's working. That's good. Can set that down somewhere. Hopefully it doesn't stick to anywhere else to get on the floor. Make sure that this edge isn't sticky. And make sure that it's still flat, as flat can be. And then, oh no, gotta wipe this glue away. You know what, I could at least turn these over and use the bad part that has the groove that I don't use for the floors. I use this side for my diorama floors. Why I'm not putting paper down, I don't know. Let's take this one with the grease spots on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. I could try to wipe them off. They look like grease spots, though. Maybe I wiped it off. This one, too, it was not as extreme. These blocks do seem to be glued together well, so that part's good. Okay, here we go. Let's put the back on a single one, and we'll use one of these smaller clamps for the first time for this. And we're just going to do the same thing. This time it's going to be much easier, because I only have to put the bead of glue on, put it down. I don't have to worry about anything shifting. Just, oh yeah, I forgot that I'm using two to be extra careful. So I make it tight, but not too tight. I am loving these clamps. Definitely worth any dollar store clamp I've ever bought before. And I was going to put them in this direction because if the chair was going to bow, I would want it to bow forward, or would I want it to bow backwards? I don't know. I guess I'll do one of each. Hopefully that doesn't make it crooked. I could see how it could warp it slightly, but I'm making sure that this is flat on the sides. Hey, I should be working way closer. Sorry, this is my first, well, I guess one of my first furniture construction videos. And then it's flat here. Make sure it's flat here. And then double squeeze. And I would say don't put your clamps on separate sides, because I could see how that could make it bow. Because of the pressure, just because where the pressure is coming from. But I think if this is small enough that something like that is not going to happen. Is this all flush? I think it's good enough. If you weren't as wabi-sabi as I am, you could definitely always, when you're doing this, and then always sand afterwards, or plane. Make sure you have extra wood. I guess sanding at this point would be the thing to do. But I don't know if you would get it flat. If you were working with actually pieces of wood, you could measure them exactly to your size of pillows. I was just lucky that this all worked together, that it just seemed like it went together. Or was it I who made it all work together? I found what I had. I used what worked best out of what I had together. And I'm really happy with how this is going to turn out. I say before I'm done. Oh, and I forgot to wipe these off, which I probably should have, because they are greasy and they're touching the edge of the chair. Well, if the grease does rub off on it, I will just have to keep as is. This isn't, I'm usually used to working with pine. That's, it's a cheaper wood. It's just always easier to come by. But I think this is oak. It might be why it really is bringing up those restoration hardware vibes for me, because that's what really great furniture is made out of. Well, my favorite stuff is always made out of oak, especially from those late 1800s, early 1900s. But here we go. Now we just have to wait apparently 20 to 30 minutes for that to dry, but I'll be waiting overnight for sure. I'm not going to wait 24 hours though before I put on the sides like this. And maybe, hopefully, I can figure out a way to clamp everything together. Hopefully I can clamp the sides on the two pieces and also at the same time clamp these to the bottom. Oh, no. Clamp these to the front. So that's what I need to do. Maybe in the next step I can do all of that at the same time, so I'd have clamps going this way and clamps going this way. It's possible. It's plausible. Because it's taking forever. Okay, what's the next step? Unclamp these. There we go. I think it is taking a long time because, clamping and gluing and waiting and clamping and gluing and waiting. But still, I think I would have done it all separately, ideally. Or maybe, I don't know, not done as many things together, because I do have tiny imperfections. I don't think that they're going to be enough to notice. I mean, does this line up okay? Yeah, I guess I could figure out which ones I should put this flat. I think these have a little bit of curve in the other direction. So to make sure that it's flat, I would do this. Make sure that they can line up. See which one goes on which side, I guess. I'm noticing a gap between that. I don't know. I don't think it matters that much. It's going to be covered with pillows. So now I think the next step is to glue this section on. I wish I could do more at the same time, but I am going to put those together like this. Maybe I can do 3. Maybe they will all fit into this big clamp here. I actually have 4. They don't, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because I need to do the little ottoman extension piece, even though I'm not attaching to it, the love seat kind of thing. I need to do that, so I guess I'm going to do one like this and one like this. And then the last step will be to put on the arms, but we're not ready for that yet, unfortunately. So I'm going to mix and match, I guess, and make sure these stained pieces go on the bottom. I guess that means when I'm clamping, I better pay attention to which direction I'm clamping in to make sure that these pieces go together nicely. So yeah, I guess I want to clamp on the back. So I'll glue these two and clamp there. And then, I don't know about these stains. I wiped them and they didn't come out. Maybe I can sand them off. Maybe it doesn't matter because it is on the bottom glue. Do you really have to watch this? I think you've seen me do this enough. So I'm just doing this for the 4 pieces, one without a back. And I probably should have tested each piece to see which was the best fit to the chair, but hey, I'm just going into it. Here, let's try this. I will lay down the damp cloth because I'm going to have to wipe it off anyway, and put those pieces together. And then any excess glue will squeeze off into the cloth. However, can I get this tight and flush like this? I guess so. So I'll put one on one side. Okay, I am getting my wish now. I'm not doing too many in one clamp at the same time, so that's good. And I'll put it, oh, do I put it on the edge? No, stick it down here, lay it flat, and clamp it tight. Not too tight yet. And then I'll do the other side. Hopefully, the smaller clamp that I have will still work. I could have put, oh no, I couldn't have. I was going to say I could have put the back, if I had a lower back, I could have put the lower backs on at the same time as clamping the whole unit together. Okay, so I did that. Now I'm going to make sure everything's flat and in the right direction, or flat on all sides. I know it's in the right direction. I mean, it's kind of hard to do it on the soft surface, but maybe it's not. Maybe that helps. Maybe that gives it some more wiggle room to really get this flat and to really get this flat and these sides flat. And then, okay, I think that I got them pretty flat, so I'm going to squeeze a little tighter on the clamp, squeeze a little tighter, squeeze a little tighter. Oh, well, that one I forgot to put not exactly on the edge. Okay, feeling it again, feeling to see that everything is, yep, and it's good. And so I am going to pick this up. I think from the pressure point you have 3 inches of gluing strength. So I think I read that somewhere, maybe not on these clamp, but just on clamping instructions in general. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off the glue right now because I don't want that extra mess afterwards. From the top. I have 6 pillows. I still have to buy, I think the ones that I bought are a different color, slightly different color than the new ones, or the ones that I had are 2 different colors. Oh, that's interesting. I'm still able to push the glue. I'm still able to make that tighter. That's not cool, but I can do that with my hands. I'm going to unclamp that and push it in a little bit, and then I'm going to tighten it again. And then I see the glue seeping out here, so, and it's still flat, and it's still semi-flat on that side. So I'm going to tighten it again. Hopefully I don't break these. The ones from the dollar store. I think it'll glue it enough. Like, this stuff is not going to get a lot of wear. But I think if I, drop them on the ground, that's what I'm worried about. If I drop them, are they going to split? where I've glued them. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I guess I should have probably worked at making that straight too, but it's not glued here, remember? Not glued at this point. I'm just doubling my hinge clamp use. I'm really excited for this sofa though. I will be putting feet on it. The more I think about it, just raising it that little bit higher is gonna be better. Alright, I'm not done yet though. I still have a third, and these two pieces to go together. It seems to be a good fit. This is going to be a whole unit on itself, so I wanted this one to look extra good. But you can see I do have some gaps in here. I can say that I don't really care though. The whole theme here has been rustic from the very beginning. And I don't think it's that bad. I don't know how 4 cushions are gonna look though piled up together there like that if I put 2 cushions on there. But that is a whole other, I don't know if that's gonna be another video or the end of this video, but I think these are good fits. Oh, that's a better fit. I guess it's most important. Well, maybe I don't know what's most important because that's going to be covered up with pillows. Sometimes, though, I'm going to have the furniture hard like this. It'll make great patio furniture. That's what I'm so excited about these chairs for, is that they'll look good without any pillows on them. And then I have all of those different kinds and colors of pillows to put these on. You see how much better that's going to look with 4 little square legs. It's going to look so good. Do I put the legs under the arm? Or do I put the legs under the... I think I put the legs under here and the arm is just floating. Oh, this is what I don't know. Does this fit? Oh no. Oh no, guys. Oh no. It says I can't do them all at the same time. Oh no. Well, it does say you only have to let it dry 20 to 30 minutes, so, and then you can unclamp it. So I guess that's what'll happen. How about I glue this one for 20 to 30 minutes, because it is a separate piece, and if anything was to happen, this would be easier to recreate. And then I'll do this one second, and then I'll let it dry overnight with the clamp on it. Yeah, I think that logic is good. Giving lots and lots of glue, especially because the fitting is not the best. Then I'll go like this, make sure it's spread around, and there we go. The staining, I should have at least covered it in a piece of paper, but I'm more worried about any tiny little thing in there would allow it to shift. So I'm more worried about it shifting than the stains from the rubber. And why is this not working for me? Okay. And for the first time I'm going to do them in the same direction, which makes sense. I think that they would bow. I do think that if you have the metal thing here, that the chances of the item bowing in that direction are higher, if that is where the tension is coming from. It's just my scientific, educated guess. So if I was going to have some bowing, I'd want it in this direction. Oh, I didn't even check for oil spots. I don't think any oil spots are there. Okay, so I'm making sure that it's flat on the sides and flat on the top or bottom, whatever this is. I mean, it's kind of flat. I don't know if it is or not. Trying to feel. Oh no. Okay, yeah. It's better. Oh, I don't know why this is so hard to do. Oh, there we go. Oh, and then, great. I don't have this clamp where I want it. Oh, I kind of do. Here we go. I don't even know if I've been showing you. I don't know how much I'm going to edit this video. I think I personally, when I watch videos like this, I get kind of caught up, and I can't switch it off. I'm just, the whole process I find soothing. So hopefully I'm not as calm and collected as most people, even though some people have described me like that. And I mean, that's what I try to be, but I'm a spastic mess is how I really feel. I don't want to be. Okay. I'm making them tighter and tighter. You can see the glue. Well, I don't know. I think I even see it bowing like that. Anyway, the glue is. The cloth isn't wet enough anymore. But that is the idea. That seems flat enough. And then that is, I'm going to get some more water on here, but we are done. No, in 30 more minutes, I'm going to unclamp these and then glue these together. Okay, I'm going to get more dampness on this, and this step completed. Okay, now it is finally time to get the arms on. There's quite a bit of glue buildup here, and it's not exactly flush at all areas, so I'm just going to sand it a little bit. And they're looking good, though. I guess I kind of already knew and expected. I'm still, like, when I started this project, I thought about using screws, but I didn't want to have like the metal showing, and I didn't know where to screw it. How would I screw those two pieces together? If I drop this on the ground, is the wood going to break apart? That is a question I have, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with stuff like this. It doesn't happen with other furniture that you're gluing together. Let's bask in the glory. Like, we could be done, depending on how simple of a piece of furniture I was looking to do. See the best butting together scenario. I think these bow my floor here, so I think it's best to turn this board around. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's also going to be covered with pillows, and it's going to be rudimentary. That could be a look. But no, we're taking to that much further, and I'm putting these arms on the side right now. Oh yeah, let's put that there too. That whole front part, we have that piece, we can't forget that. But this is going to be the finished look. We're going to have that option of having this hard, solid piece of furniture. I do think I am going to put these legs on it. It feels sacrilegious to put the pine with this. I think this is oak. Oh my goodness, I put one of the oily pieces there. And I think that is where I think the legs have to go directly under there, and then this arm has to float like that. I did consider doing another layer, but I don't like how that looks, and I think that this adds more interest. I'm not really sure how 2 feet next to each other are going to look, and I think that they don't want to. I've considered all the kinds of possibilities of it being set in just a little bit, but I think I've come to the conclusion that I prefer the feet to be like flat, straight. I think that is the best option, and we'll do it all around. I am second guessing the arms now. The arms, because they really do stand out there. Maybe I'll put 2 feet. That is a possibility, because there's going to be 2 feet here. Maybe it would look better if there were double the feet there. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe I could put this completely low on the ground. There are a lot of options, and all of them would look good and okay. But I mean that kind of changes it. It doesn't look as restoration hardware with the feet on it, I have to say. But I think this couch is too low. Like this. I don't know, it's pretty nice though. Maybe I shouldn't worry about scale. It's all about the head. Though when I have used bigger headed dolls, they look less cool with the sofa. And when you add the cushions, you're going to get that much more scale to it. It looks pretty good, but it does look a little bit low. What do you think? Feet. It's not like you're going to have time to vote, I don't think. We'll have to... Anyway, I'm sanding down these sides. I don't know what grit paper to use or what, but there is some glue. So I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding. Let me start with the 60 course first. And again, I should have some paper down or something. But I'm just going to clean up all the sides. And it'll be good to rough that up anyway if I am gluing another block to that surface. Am I gluing the block? Am I actually using the arm? It could look so much better if I didn't use the arm and be more versatile. I better get some cushions and see how and consider leaving out the arms. Now it's all dusty. And okay, so if I did this and did this, that looks pretty nice. And then here I got some pink ones. The question I don't know is, do I put pillows out here? Do I have the right size? I guess that looks pretty good. Maybe I don't want to put the arms on here. No arms. And then arms. Arms would squish everything in there. I like how they hold. But then there's the feet problem. Oh man. Maybe it makes the pillows too tight. Maybe making the pillows too tight is a good thing. Oh, it's a hard call. It is a hard, difficult call. Okay. That opposed to this. This looks way more special, so they're going on. I might be able to use the smaller cushions because of or maybe they'd be too small. No. The arms are going to let things squish in here. They're going to be so solid that the squishing is going to be great, and then you can pat things down. And yeah, it's the arms, especially when it's a two-seater. And to tell you the truth, I probably only have space to use the two-seater most often. And then we always do have this optional one-seater. However, I do have 14 blocks left, and I need 7 to make a chair. So I could make, I actually have 15 blocks left. So I might make single chairs like this too. 2 more single chairs with the rest of the blocks that I have. I can always add feet later, or I can't. Yeah. I guess arms are working. I'm going to put on the arms, and then when we get to the feet, we'll get to the feet. Then we'll make that choice. Don't sand in your bedroom. Don't sand over your computer. Don't sand in a place you don't want to make a horrible mess. Sand outside. Oh, gotta plug this in. Dust goes everywhere. It goes further than you even think it will. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 3 main chairs and I'm going to stick them together and try them in different combinations to see where I find the least gap in between, so I know where I'm going to permanently put the arms. And I think that this, at least on this surface, if however level this surface is, this is the tightest fit. This is the best combination. So that means that this is where the arms go. And I'm going to use the rough edges and put them against the rough edges because that would give a better bond. And that's what I'm going to do. And that looks pretty awesome. That's exactly what I wanted, and it's not going to fall apart. And let's take that out. That one doesn't need any arms. So I will do this with 2 clamps. I'll put 1 clamp on each side. And you know what? I do see the little oil spots from the different clamping. And you know what? I don't mind it. It's adding to, even have one on the seat here. I accidentally put that one on upside down, but I like it. I think it adds character to the wood. And again, most of the time it's going to be covered with cloth anyway. But that is one good looking sofa. I guess I'm happy with this. And do I know what I'm going to do with the legs? We'll discover that later. I won't have to clamp the feet on when I put those on. So let's just glue here. So it's hard to. Where do I need the glue? This is the first time I didn't need to cover the whole surface in glue. So I guess I'll cover here and then just wipe off the excess. I do have my damp cloth. Yes. So lots of glue on the side and up here a bit. And we're good to go. And I think I will do something with my finger. I think that's way too much glue. I think I'll use some of that on this side. I hope I use the right sides. Again, it wouldn't matter. Oh yeah, this is plenty of glue for 2. Definitely overdid myself. I'm gonna have to wipe off a lot of this. Okay. All right. On with the arms. Arm 1 here. And I did think a lot about the placement of the arm, and I like that little little dent that happens there. I think it adds just a slight little bit of character to it. And then I'll do that. And then I guess what I have to always do is put down the damp cloth here so I don't get glue all over the place. And put this down here. And I don't think this is going to be long enough because down here, oh, it is. Squeeze these together, align this. I'm gonna need the longest clamp. Uh-oh. For a minute there I thought it was not gonna be long enough. Okay, I'm gonna clamp it, but not to its tightest, so that I can shimmy it around. And then I'm going to take this one, put that over here somewhere. This on not to its tightest, so I can make sure that that's flat and that's flat. And what's most important is that it's flat on the bottom. So, well, this is the hard part of making a video and doing this stuff. I have to make it so you can see too. So it's very important that these are flush, because that is what makes this couch. So I'll do a little bit of shifting. Make sure that's flush, and this is flush, and this isn't. So I have to do that happy medium if it's not exactly square. Or decide what's your priority. Do you want it flat on the bottom, flat on the front, flat on the sides? So there's a huge gap there. But whatever. Rudimentary. That's what we like. This glue dries fast too. I have to work way faster than I think I do. Ugh. Really surprised that it sticks in 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, that is the best I'm gonna do. Well, it's the best that I want to do. I don't want it all to fall apart if I start, going a little too crazy. It could make a horrible disaster. But most important that it is nice and flush at the front part. Well, it's important that it's flush everywhere, but okay. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's perfect. I don't know if it ever could be perfect. And again, perhaps I should have clamped. I don't even have anything else to clamp right now. I probably should have did these individually. Because I have gaps. But is that where the... Give it a good push! Haven't broken these clamps yet. They're made of plastic. Like, I don't know. Hopefully they don't break. I think there will be enough bond at some points that it's not going to fall apart. I don't know. Like I said, maybe one day I'm just going to drop a chair on the floor and then all of the components are just going to split apart at the glue seams. I mean, I could do wood. There's tiny little cracks and stuff. I could do wood filler, but that is not the look that I was going for, planned for anyway, so not important. I do like that this can be patio furniture, just solid wood, beautiful solid wood. And then we're going to have those soft cushions. This is the perfect couch for me. I'd say, you know what? I still probably would like something a little more ornate, like a decrepit antique with some lavish kind of, details. But this is more towards the modern scale, more towards the industrial, which I still do like. It's a weird combination to like industrial, pioneer. I guess that's not true. Pioneer is very industrial, but industrial turn of the century. Because there was no industrial. But as much industrial as pioneer can be, that is my jam. Rudimentary. I'm having a hard time getting into the beads of corner. I should get some kind of sharp device and scrape out the paint. It's going to dry really clear and unnoticeable, so it's nice to have a little bead at the seams. Sometimes you know that it's secure if there's just a spillage of glue at the seams everywhere, kind of like caulking. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it pretty cleaned up. I don't want to sand exactly in corners. I don't want to sand in corners. It's looking like a sweet sofa. I hope that it's not too rustic and rudimentary or ultra modern, or I hope it doesn't just look like blocks in the end. I hope you'll let me know down below how realistic you think the couch works. And would you have a couch in this, like this in your house? And would you have a couch like this in your dioramas? So while that's drying, I decided that the feet are needed because the scale is already a little too dinky, and I am very glad that I chose to put the back up high opposed to on the back, because the low back would have, I don't know, it just, I mean, where I live, it's so overpopulated that we have such tiny apartments for people, and they make so much tiny furniture for these tiny apartments. So I guess, I mean, Barbie's been doing that forever, because you got to fit them into the dream house, and the dream house can't be that big. So I have chosen, selected the best, the best feet, I thought, and I am going to go ahead and put these on here, even when I have these feet on. It still might be a little dinky. It's going to look fantastic as doll furniture, but maybe once you introduce the dolls or the action figures, maybe the scale is going to look a little too dinky for me, but I don't think so. That actually looks really good. That looks luxury designer. So, okay, let's get these feet on. I won't be clamping the feet. I don't think that's necessary. I will put some weight on them, though. Just a little bit of glue. And I guess I'll put that on top of that. Oh, this could be scary. These could shift around a little bit. Maybe I should tack these with hammer. I don't know, I also should have been more careful about choosing what's the front and the back, and choosing the legs, the nice darker brown ones for the front. But I guess that doesn't seem to be happening right now. I'm just going into it. Also, sometimes, this isn't completely level, so I should be like trying the different legs underneath and then choosing a shorter block where needed if it's not level. I mean, I could always sand down a little bit. We'll see. I could have been more careful about choosing the fronts and the backs. There's some really nice grains. I like the grains. Sometimes, people don't like the grain and they go out of their way to hide it. I go out of my way to find things that have the most grain. Okay. Making these flush. I think this is the best way to do it. And then I think while I'm making one level, though, I'm shifting around the others. Just my wet cloth. Okay. So that's how I'm doing it and placing it. I guess I can move it in 20 to 30 minutes, apparently. I will put something heavy. Okay, that's good. And then, I don't know if this is the right way I should be doing this, but try to put less glue on. Because right now, if I screw this, I could screw up this next level. By putting on a piece of furniture on top of another piece of furniture whose legs are drying. That could be you can see how that could be I could be shifting things around and stuff. You could see how that could be horrible. I should get a sponsor from Gorilla Glue. I don't. I'll wait. Let me wait until the stuff doesn't fall apart before. But I did make sure. Well, I didn't. I already had the Gorilla Glue on hand, but I bought that thinking when I was making other wooden things that I'm going to invest in the best, most expensive, proper glue for the job. Even though it might be overkill and I just need school glue from the dollar store. Might have all the same ingredients. I like when it has that brownish color to it, though. Okay, here's a place where it looks like I could have used a different level foot, but maybe it's not maybe the top of this table is what is crooked and it's not. I don't know. I'm moving it. I think this has become tacky enough that those aren't shifting. I don't know. Thank goodness I like rustic, rudimentary, because I was making something to be perfect. I don't know if I could do it. I guess my lines are pretty straight. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Okay, that's what do I have for weight? I have these things. These are pretty heavy. They got stuff in them. Except one of them. One of these feet aren't going to be touching. Either this one or this one, because it's not flat enough. I will pile. I'm piling more and more on top of each other. I got 3 piled high. I love how everything I have is beautiful to me. I love the woods and the white porcelain and the curtains. My life, I'm really setting things up. I'm really trying to minimalize and have what I really, really love around me. In and out of the 1/6 scale world. Okay, it's only been a couple hours since gluing, but I think it's strong enough. I think these are looking real good. These are 2 finished pieces of furniture. This is a coffee table. I sat here for a bit, maybe too long, thinking about how I would put the legs on these, and I tried all kinds of combinations. I guess I'm unclamping these 2. Put these out of the way. And I don't know, I was second guessing myself with the choice of putting these at the end, but now I really played around with the feet. So let me show you here. My options were. So I realized something, that I shouldn't have called this a restoration hardware inspired video, because it really was not. It wasn't. It all came from my head. It just looks like, to me, a restoration hardware sofa, and would be the reason why I love that company so much. So because it looked like this, and because there's always going to be groups of 2 legs in the middle, that looks pretty good in the camera, but I couldn't decide whether to put the feet here. Oh, it's hard for me to show you than to do it, and I don't know, there's not laying flat. Okay, well, that's better. So I couldn't. Why is that like that? I guess it's because I don't have any feet under the back here. No, I'm gonna have to straighten them all over again. Oh no, that's good. Yeah, it seems this gap bothers me. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm designing my own furniture, and it's showing me how much thought goes into it. But just the simple movements of the feet here, I decided that because I do have these pieces, I mean, the arm is offset, right? So I thought about offsetting this and thought, oh, what a shame that I already glued these ones on flat. But then I thought about how I need to connect this bench out from the leg. So I would like, when it's coming out from the side, I would like those to match up in a set of 2 flat, because I thought that would look funny if there was a gap between the 2 feet, if it was inset a little bit, if that's making sense to you. Anyway, I think it is okay. I am putting on the extra foot over the leg. Oh, I think this demonstrates it well here. There might be a little hole gap there that there's not going to be here, because I'm going to make it flush. And the arm might still go over the foot a little bit, but I'm going to keep that stagger there, and I'm going to offset this one back here, opposed to pushing them both back. I did consider pushing them both back and still having these ones flush to the front, but it's all these little things. I like this, and because this foot right here, or this foot right here is flat and flush here, that it's going to match up to this on the side when I put out the front part like that. Man, that looks good to me in the camera. What a beautiful couch. It doesn't even need cushions, but when I add the cushions, it's going to be so much better. I mean, even if I just put on the back ones, depending on what I want to do, depending on how big or small the dolls are, action figures are, and how far I want them to sit down in their seats, the environment that it's in. That looks so good. Have I done a 3-seater yet since I built it? No. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. I am going to glue on. I am going to glue on these feet, or I better save those feet. I still can't. I have to glue on the feet now. I thought I was done. I got all excited there because it looks so good. You can do so many odd configurations to this sofa. Look, that would even be cool as a platform like that. You could put this one in the middle and then have it as a table. How cool is that? The possibilities are endless with this. But this video isn't over yet because I still have to put the feet on. I think we will do the pillows in another video because it has taken so long. But I'm just going to glue the rest of these feet on. Oh, I left my glue open. I'm always leaving my glue open. That was just as long as I was away letting the feet glue. Anyway, never mind. Let me just get to it. You saw me glue on the feet on the bottom before. It is no big deal. You don't have to watch me and listen to me do every foot if I didn't completely dry up my glue. Oh, no. We're good. We're good to go. Okay, here is the finished product. There is the sofa. It's looking pretty good. I love that it's sectional, dividable, transformable. Look, I could even make it. The legs have not dried that long. I'm not sure if I am jumping the gun, but I will be careful enough with it, I hope. But let's see, look. I could even make it a 4-piece sectional. Now, all of the levels aren't exactly the same, I can't say, especially on the curve of, oh, careful, stop dragging things. I don't think that the legs would break off. I mean, that could be really cool, but basically I designed it so you could do a 2-seater that goes together. Very cute, and you can have this chair on the side even. Like I said, I think I am going to make other chairs with more arms on them, but we have this section in the middle where you can add on the extra footrest. It could go on either side. It can go in the middle, which would be very weird but cool. Can we do a roundabout? Yeah, you can, like I said, you could use it as a coffee table. Could I do configurations and strange things that I never thought of before? Of course. Who knows? Who knows the different setups that I might think of in the future for these chairs. Oh, and there's just the lounger by itself. I do have plans for that. So yes, I think in the next video, I'll be showing you how to make the pillows, what special things you can do with the pillows and stuff. But this is a perfect piece of furniture. I don't know if it is the couch that I would buy first, but if I had a rec room, this would probably be the sofa that I would be putting in it, because there's so much space and it's so comfortable. And check this part out. Like, put a little pillow there. When does Ken ever get to lay out in 1/6 scale land, a layout on the whole couch? Come on. What side looks better? I'm gonna have to set up a little diorama here for the thumbnail, I think, now that we have it. And then with cushions, it's going to look even that much more cozy, comfortable. I hope you like this. I hope you're looking forward to more furniture. Do check out the cushion video, because it's going to make it look that much better. But I mean, it might actually not make it look better, because it looks pretty comfortable even though it's made of wood. Maybe I should have been a furniture designer, not even of miniature scale, of real life. They better not, furniture designers better not come here and steal my mini furniture and turn it into real stuff. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Okay, let's I don't know if I'm allowed to be this proud of myself. I don't know if that's the correct term. It's more, I'm just so excited that I have an awesome, huge 1/6 scale sofa that is like a dream version. I'm trying to make it so I've got a real curve in the floors here. My surface isn't flat. But here, let me get my walls. Or just one wall is probably all I need to show that it is a video about making furniture. I struggle with that. I don't know if I should make I guess you are supposed to make the nicest thumbnail possible, but I always think that it should be a snapshot from the video, or show a little bit of the process in the video. But, you know, the best YouTube channels don't do that. They just show the end product in a very glamorous picture. I have to work on my glamorous pictures for YouTube. I love photography, so it's weird that it's the time. I don't have time to make everything perfect. If I want to get out a video, I can't make everything perfect. Can we see the sofa though? Coming over here like this. I got a little bit of wall in the background. He's looking good. I'm thinking his head should be where the wall is. Yeah. I guess for the first time ever, I'm going to do a thumbnail over here. Oh, however, this is where it gets cut off. So I think I do have to switch things around. I like his pose, though. Oh, man. Yeah, because this is where the button is going to be, and it's going to where the time stamp goes, and all kinds of other things gets put down there by YouTube. So I don't want to cut off part of the furniture. I'd rather cut off part of me. That means I have to change his whole pose, because I do like his head in the corner. And I also like this edge more, the edge that wraps around the wall. I could reverse this image. That's a possibility too. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. He was hard to pose like this. I got him so perfect, and he looks so comfortable. Is he looking at the camera? No. This is going to be such a long video. His hand. I also like to disguise his big meat hands. These Max Steel dolls have very big hands. And I just discovered that it fits on this guy's hair perfectly. So yeah, now I can't tell. Is he looking at the camera? What do you think of my new setup? Some people do miss seeing me, but I mean, we don't really need to see me. You can see me anytime. You can see me over on my vlog channel if you want to see me, but I will be in videos here. It's just, especially dioramas and clothes tries-ons, you want to be able to see the action instead of me talking while you can't see what's going on. That looks good. I wonder if the reverse image will look as good as this. Anyway, I'm gonna just risk it, and then how can I'll put my hands in here so without ruining anything too much. I'll make sure as many of the gaps in the couch are closed up. I hope that looks as good to you as it does to me in the viewfinder. I didn't know I was going to finish this video tonight either. Am I going to put this up tomorrow? I guess so.